Hello and welcome to your Valentine's Day decorating kit 2022. I am your host, Charity Green, and I will be walking you through how to decorate these beautiful cookies. Let's go over what you should be getting in your bag. In your kit, you should get 4 bags of icing, 2 bags of sprinkles, which I've already taken mine out and put them in little cups. And then you should have your cookies. There's 15 in here. The X and the O are a little bit smaller, so I put 2. Or I put extra. Let's talk about some of the things that you will need for this tutorial. I personally like to use a paper towel to decorate on. I like to put the cookie on there and then decorate so that it's not making a mess everywhere. So you have your cookie. You could also use a plate to decorate on. And then also, sometimes I like to use a tray or a cookie pan. So for the little ones, this is kind of nice because cleanup's easy. So get you something of that. I also, you need a pair of scissors. I like to use a scribe to move around the icing to the places that I would like it to go. If you do not have a scribe, you can use a toothpick. Or I sell these in my shop. When you buy a cookie kit, then they're $5. And I can make you different custom ones. I like to use these clips to clip the bottom of the icing bag so that icing doesn't go everywhere. If you don't have these, then you can use a chip bag clip and just hold it like that. You'll see icing kind of comes out of there, so that's what I do. I like to use a spoon to put the sprinkles around the cookie. You do you. If you want to use your hands, that's fine. In this tutorial, I'm going to do a neat ruffled heart. And so if you want to do that, you'll need a paintbrush. It's like a little bit harder bristles. And then you'll just need a little cup of water and then an extra paper towel to wipe some of the water off on. So get that ready and let's jump in and start decorating. Let's go over some icing etiquette on how to squeeze the icing out properly and how to cut your icing bags. So we need to open the icing bags up, and so you'll want to cut just the tip off, just very small amount, to not let a bunch of icing out. If you're going to cut it up here, then this is how much icing is going to come out of the bag. So always start off smaller and then you can go bigger if you need to, but you're going to just cut a little bit off the back top when it's time. Also give your bags a good massage before we get started. Sometimes icing separates, and so you need to incorporate it again, so give it a good massage. And then to make that nice icy look of the icing, you're going to want to spin the bag to make all those air bubbles come up to the top, and just give it a nice little spin. If you have already cut your bags open, then don't do this part. But that's going to make the air bubbles go to the top and give you a nice glassy look of the icing. Also, when it's time to squeeze the icing out, you're going to hold the icing bag in the palm of your hand, and you're going to squeeze from the top down. You're not going to go like this or like this. So you'll want to squeeze it, nice, gentle, and even squeeze. So that's a little bit about the icing bag. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started decorating the cookies. Okay, so we are going to jump right into this bacon and eggs cookie. That's just going to be so much fun. We go together like bacon and eggs. So go ahead and find the seam of your red icing, flatten the seam out, and give it a little bit of a cut just right there at the bottom. And let's go ahead and start with the bacon. So what you're going to do is you're going to touch down with the icing, have a little bit come out first, and then you're going to press down on the cookie, and then you're going to kind of lift your bag up and let the frosting icing fall behind on the cookie. And I'm a little bit far away, maybe, I don't know, a centimeter away from the cookie. And this part we have to remember that our egg's gonna go there. So let's make sure we leave space for that. And then I outlined the cookie, the bacon, sorry. So I'm going to fill that in, and I'm going to start here at the bottom, and I'm just pressing hard to let the icing come out. And I'm going to fill this cookie up. I'm going to get to the edges. It's better to have more frosting in the cookie area than not enough. When you don't have enough, it doesn't make a nice glaze. Okay, so go ahead and fill your icing in. Again, if it comes out better if you fill it up, the area. You need more icing. And then the line that we did prior is just kind of the gate to keep the icing in place. If it's a little bit bumpy, you can use the tip of your frosting bag to kind of smooth it out. You can shake your cookie like that. You can use your toothpick to smooth it out. There's all sorts of different options. While this icing is still wet, we're going to want to add in some of that bacon, basically fat, to make it look a little bit more like bacon. So what I'm doing is I'm just coming in and adding some of the pink right in there, trying to make it resemble bacon a little bit. Let's put a little bit more fat over here. There's no right or wrong on this. And then I'm going to take my scribe and just kind of tap it in a little bit, get it a little bit smoother. Okay, so I like the way that bacon looks. You could even maybe do the white in there, but I like the pink. So I'm going to set this aside because we don't want to do our egg quite yet. We need this to dry a little bit and crust over. before we do the white, because otherwise it will all just merge together. So let's set this aside and let's get started on the next cookie. So next we're going to do some lips. And so we are going to do these ones in a nice vibrant yellow. So once again, you're going to cut the tip off, find the seam, cut that off. And what you're going to do is you're going to outline the top part of the lips. And then down here, you're going to make that little bump that lips have, like so, and then go ahead and fill it in. So if it's a little bit bumpy like mine, you can give it a nice little shake, and it will smooth out. You can use your scribe to push the icing around. I like to make these ends nice and sharp. I just think it looks better. So then while this icing is still wet, we're going to add a little bit of white up in the corner of the lip to give it a nice glossy look. So we're going to just do one little dot and then around like that. So we'll set this aside. Oop. We'll set this aside and let this dry a little bit. And we'll do the bottom in just a little bit, but again, we want to have a crease right here, so we need to let this dry. So let's go ahead and move on to the next cookie. So this is another way to do the lips cookie. And so what you're going to do is you're going to get your white and go ahead and just outline the whole thing and then fill it in. And then we'll set it aside so that it dries a little bit, and then we will do the rest. If you want a sharp corner or line, you can always make an X like that, and it gives it a little bit more of a sharper look. So go ahead and fill it in. Okay, so set this aside, let it dry a little bit, and then we're going to come back and finish these lips up. All right, now we'll continue to the ruffled heart. This is the more complicated design. So get your paintbrush and your water. And what we're going to do is you're going to get your white and you're going to start up here at the top and then just outline like 2 of the ruffles. Get your paintbrush and then you're just going to kind of touch the frosting and just drag it towards the center, I guess. Get a little water, wipe it off, and then do it again. And this will give it a nice kind of lacy look. It's really pretty, it's time consuming, but it is worth the time because it's really pretty once it ends up. You don't want to touch the very outer edge. You want to leave that as is. But go ahead and do that and work your way all the way around. If your brush starts getting a bunch of frosting on it, go ahead and wipe it off. You want your brush to be clear of frosting. Okay, so look how beautiful that ruffly edge is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline, just kind of going around here with the pink, and then I'm going to fill the heart in with the pink. So just do your best as far as a heart in the middle, but you're going to want to leave some of that ruffly part exposed. So don't go too far over to the edge, because that's what makes this really beautiful. While you're filling in, you can adjust the heart. See how I didn't do that great of a job there. So as I'm filling it in, I'm going to move the lines out or in whatever direction I would like. So go ahead and fill that in. There's your little ruffled heart. I just think it's so beautiful, so cute and elegant. So it is time consuming, but it's worth the time. And I just love how it turns out. You can also add little dots in the pink, or you can leave it as is. So that's your ruffled heart. Let's move on to the next cookie. How to do an X and an O. I am going to use my white, and I'm going to start with the X first, and I'm going to outline it and then fill it in. So now with the pink and red, I'm going to make little dots, and then I'm going to pull my scribe through them, and you'll see that it will make little hearts. So first go through and make your dots. Then I will teach you how to do the heart. So there's your dots. Now go ahead and get your scribe. Start from the top, through the middle, and then pull down. Top, middle, pull down. I'm going to give this just a little shake to kind of straighten it out a bit. And then I'm going to go back through and just put little tiny dots, just as a little bit more decoration. Okay, so now let's go ahead and fill in the O. With the white, we're going to outline and then fill in. So now with this cookie, we're going to make lips. So with the frosting was falling off a little bit, so I took my scribe and put it at a 90-degree angle and just wiped it off. So what you're going to do is you're going to make another dot. A little bit bigger this time. With your scribe, you're going to go from the center out, and this one you don't necessarily have to wipe it off until we do the next step. So wipe it off, and then you're going to just go from the top and then down. See how I didn't wipe mine off very well? So just go from the top and then down. top and then down just through the center, and or go down to the center. And then I'm going to do it with the pink as well. So do the sides, wipe it off, and then from the top down. Top down, top down. So then I'm going to also put the little dots so that it can match the other one a little bit better. So look how cute that X and O is, and it's a very simple, non-complex design that most kids can do. So there you go. Let's move on to the next one. This next one is going to be a ruffled heart, and what we're going to do is we are going to outline the heart and just fill it in with the pink. Okay, so on this one, I am going to use my sprinkles, and I am just going to put them right up here in the top corner. Ooh. So go ahead and set this aside, let it dry for just a little bit, and then we'll move on. So now we're back to the bacon and eggs. So we're going to do the egg now. So fill in this part with white, outline, and then fill in. Let your eggs, set them aside for just a little bit and let them kind of crust over. So I'm back to my yellow lips, and I'm going to do the bottom now. So go ahead and outline. I typically don't outline this part. I just kind of get up close to it and just squeeze the icing and let it go. Create the outline itself and try to make it nice and smooth. Okay, and then with your white, you're going to add a little bit of a shine down here on the opposite side. So I like to do a dot, and then a line, and then another dot. So those are your lips. Real cute and simple. Okay, so now with the lips that we did in white, I threw my icing bag on mine, so I kind of broke it up. So don't do what I did, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your red and then you're just going to kind of squiggle the outline of the lips. So there you go. A fun little lip. So see how I was real close right there? So try to get them a little bit farther apart. But that's that. All right, we are back to this fun cookie. And what we are going to do is I am going to outline this, and then I'm going to write love in cursive here and then over. If you just want to outline yours, that's fine. You can do whatever you would desire. This is your cookie. But this is just an option to kind of make things a little bit different. So that's a fun way to do it. If you noticed, I stopped my L and then did my O. It's hard to do cursive, you know, to connect the O and the L. So I stopped mine, started up here, and then did the O, and then did the V and the E. So a fun way to do a nice little cookie, sweet, or you could just leave it as the sprinkles. Okay, so I have picked out some of my black hearts from one of my sprinkle sets, and I have set them aside. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my yellow, and I'm going to make a dot in the middle of the white part. This will be your yolk for your egg. And then with these black ones, I'm going to sprinkle this on like it's kind of like pepper. Just to give it a little bit of a different look. And there you go. There is your bacon and eggs. How fun and how cute. So thank you so much for joining me for this exciting, fun Valentine's Day 2022. I so appreciate everyone's support. These are my designs that I have come up with to help you with your decorating. You have plenty more cookies to decorate on your own. Show me your designs. Show me what you come up with. You have sprinkles and you have all sorts of supplies left over. So send me what you come up with, and we'll see you probably for Easter. I'll have another kit. Let me know how you enjoyed this. Make sure to tag me on Instagram. It's at @sweetcharitiesbakery_. And I just so appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Happy Valentine's.